Hey everyone, I am Chastity Marie, and I am so excited about this 10 days business building, life-giving training that we've had. I think we're day 8. Somebody give me a heads up, yes, nod, I don't know. I mean, it's all just going together, all the goodness. I think it's day 8. But you may have seen a little change up in the lineup, and that's just kind of what us leaders do. We change things up. I actually was scheduled to handle a different topic. We were going to talk about onboarding and bringing in new promoters, something I'm very, very passionate about. I have a new promoter in her first 14 days, but I asked the leaders, I said, hey, can I do just a little bit different with my topic? And they said, girl, you just go. And that's just the way I lead. That's the way I do life. And I am just taking all of this in. The last 8 days have just been, or 7 days have been just incredible content. Thank you to the leaders that have put that information out there, that have put their time. I'd love for you to drop it in the chat below, something you've learned, maybe a tip, maybe it was a nugget, maybe it was the recipe box. How many of you all bought your recipe box online? Hello, thank you, Amazon Prime. Maybe you ran out and grabbed you that binder like Susan showed you with all her, her papers in there. Let us know in the chat. We always want to know your feedback, and we want to know that, hey, this stuff is working, and the tips, and maybe someone missed something, and that will spark them to go, recipe box, what are you talking about? So they'll go back to a previous video that we did. So anyway, so many leaders, so much great content. And so I just said, hey, I want to talk about how to stay consistent in your business, in life, when life gets crazy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but has anybody in the last 4 or 5 months had some crazy life happening? I mean, just, whether it's personal, whether it's the world, the nation that we live in. I mean, if y'all are living in the same atmosphere and the same world that I am living in, you've seen at least a tad bit of cray-cray. And I actually, June was a very tough month. Personally, I had 2 personal family members. I don't know what immediate is. We're a Hispanic family. We're so large. We just are so many of us, so we're all immediate. But 2 unexpected losses in June, and just life was already doing crazy stuff. And so I was just feeling lost. I was feeling needing to unplug, needing to disconnect. And I understand after 6 years, I can't just fall off the face of the earth when I feel like my life is falling apart. And, it's so many times a lot of people say, well, how could you possibly work your business? How could you possibly keep going? How could you possibly, guys, how many of you know that when life happens, that doesn't mean you get to pause? If you're a mom, if you're a dad, if you're a parent, if you're a caregiver, how many of you know that life can get crazy, and that doesn't mean you just get to throw in the towel? Relationships get hard. We don't just get to go, okay, I'm done with you, bye, I'm out. Things happen, and we have to learn to really work through those things. So, one of the things I wanted to just kind of share from my heart is that, my life has been crazy the last 4 or 5 months. And as a team, as an organization, we have really had some of the best months, and it's actually blown my mind. But I go back to the fundamentals, the basics, and I have to believe,
He's doing really well. He's doing better than I thought. So, I mean, if he sticks with this plan, doesn't have any set.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Sorry.
I have to believe that it is those habits, it's those principles, it's the things that you've been doing. There's this new song out, and I don't even know what it's called, but I've been putting on play, and it's like, if the bones are good, the rest can't be shaken. Have y'all heard that song? Like, it's my jam. It's like, if the bones are good, the rest is gonna keep going. And that's what we have to look at in our business and in our lives. And so, one thing we are, at the beginning of the month, one thing that we have talked about so consistently for, I have been an entrepreneur, a business owner for the last 6 years, and I've talked about your goals. Guys, you have to be so clearly focused on your goals. Now, I'm not talking about your team. I'm not talking about your family. I'm not talking about anybody else but you. Let's be selfish for a hot minute, okay? This is about you. You have to know what you want to accomplish so that when the wind blows and life gets hard and life gets crazy, or it just gets out of sync. Many of you became homeschool parents. Shout out to you guys, because my babies are out of the nest, but I still see my daughters and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like I can't imagine. It would have been a bad situation if I'd have been a homeschool mom. I barely made it out of high school. So, it was, very, very clear to me very soon in the beginning of this year that we had to keep our habits, our foundation, our bones, if you will, good, solid, and just staying consistent, because it was very also clear that things could change at any given moment. And even if life has been great for you and things are rocking and rolling, you may, you still may have a hiccup and a bump. And you're going to have those days where, going through the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's going to be a challenge. I loved, Susan doesn't realize how much it resonated with me when she talked about that she had a passion or a goal to learn Spanish. And so, si hablo español, uno más cerveza, por favor. No. But so anyway, I loved that she said that she didn't go to bed that night without just getting in that 15 minutes. And that's when, even when you're not feeling, even when you don't wanna, even when you just are like, I'm burnt out. Guys, I get burnout. I know what burnout feels like, but you have to go back to those basics. So one thing I want you to understand is you've got to have your goals defined. Your weekly, your monthly, and your yearly goals for yourself. And I always say personal, financially, professionally, physically, emotionally, whatever your core values are, whatever is most important to you, you need to know where you're headed, because life is going to come in and just knock you around. And if you can't go, okay, you know what, today was a crap day, but tomorrow we're going to regroup and I know where I'm going. I know where I'm headed. So, I always say, check your pulse, find out where you are, find out how is life going. Hey, it's good. We're having a good day. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can have a good day and a bad day all in the same day. Am I the only one that can have those kind of days, or do y'all do that too? So, it's just like, hey, I've got to check my pulse. I've got to see where I am and what I need to do. Your monthly processes don't change. Whether we're in shelter in place, we're in pandemic, or we're free to go and do whatever we need to do, you're still going to have a beginning of the month. You're going to have those goals that you set. You're going to have, a middle of the month. You're going to have the end of the month. Those are things that are going to stay consistent. Those are going to be things that are not going to change. So when I have been getting messages for the last 4 months, like, I'm lost, I don't even know what to do, we go back to the very, very basics. If it's in their personal life, I'm like, okay, are you taking those capsules first thing in the morning when your feet hit the floor? Sometimes I get those messages and they're like, I take them, just like when I get up, I'm just not feeling it. I'm like, whoa, let's roll it back, sister or brother. We got to roll it back. We've got to do what we know. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you having that morning time for you? Whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, whether it's pushing play on something that is going to elevate your day, doing something that is going to cause you to elevate that mindset. Your mindset, if it starts here, organically, life is going to punch right, left, and you're going to go down. But if you start here, there's a whole lot more areas to go down than to start way down here and then go down from there. So, make sure that your processes, even though your schedule of meeting with your team, meeting with your business partners, going out and making new connections, adding to your network face-to-face may look very, very different right now. You just pivot. You don't pause, you don't get paralyzed, you pivot. Now, let me say this. There has been, like I shared when we started, there has been several moments in the month of June where I have felt incredibly paralyzed. And because I didn't know which way was up, I didn't know which way to feel, I reverted back to what I knew. And shout out, my hat's off, my prayers are with people that are in first response mode, people that are on the front line, people that do things to serve and protect us, because I understand, and I'm not diminishing anything that they do. I know they've had lots of training, but you know, everything that they learn in school, all the training and all the, you know, practicing and all of those things, when life gets crazy, it's all hands on deck. It's everything that they've learned. It's the things that they've been doing over and over again that seem so mundane and seem so silly and trivial. It's like, this is now that moment that I have to put into play what I've been practicing. And we talk about the goals, like I said. I share with you guys, if you're in my sphere of influence, you know, I talk about silly stuff, and I get messages where people are like, that seems super silly. Something as simple as making your bed. How many of you guys make your bed every day? I'm gonna tell you, when I didn't know which way was up, I made my bed with all my extra pillows that is like way too many pillows. And it made me feel happy inside. I did things that literally I knew were just hanging on, just doing the basics. I knew that if I put those capsules in my body, that I was gonna feel alive, even when I wasn't really feeling alive. I knew I was gonna get up. I was gonna have some motivation. I knew that I could reach out to people in Messenger. I knew that if I wasn't feeling good, I could check on my strong friends. I knew that I could go literally to my bathroom and brush my teeth, and I can see my goals very clearly. I never not have my planner. My planner stays by my bedside. So if I feel like, you know, I haven't had much going on this week, I can look back and go, what did I do last week? Okay, I'm just going to do that again. I'm going to repeat. What day of the month is it? You know, have my customers, you know, did they order this month? And, you know, has their auto ships, you know, has that run? You know, those are the things that are consistently going to happen. Is every day going to be a day where you're going out, you're bringing new business partners in, you're bringing new customers in, you're feeling like you're getting all the laundry done, and you are whipping up that dinner, and you're doing all the things? I want to be Susan Kaufman when I grow up. How many of y'all just are like, I want to be her when I grow up, you know? But there's just sometimes that you're just not. There's just sometimes that you just can't, Susan, you know? And that's okay. That's okay. But you know what? Those extras that go above and beyond, that do in life, I can guarantee you that when it gets tough, if you have created those habits, those routines that you know this isn't changing, even though my life is going to change, I am going to stick to the basics. Some of us feel like if we aren't feeling it and we can't post on social media, we can't make a happy, positive post on social media, we can't grow our business. I have to tell y'all that is so not true. You can still. Remember, if you've been with us a little bit, I think it was Billy Holderby that said, your millions are made in the messenger. And I don't know about you guys, but my newsfeed has been a hot mess. And I'm seeing all kinds of stuff. And my intentional focus, my intentional drive, and my most productivity has been in that messenger. That is that time where you can follow up with people. That is that time where you can find out, are they still thriving? I don't know, some leaders may want to give me a yes if y'all are getting this, but it really in the last 6 months, 7 months, what I've been dealing with most, honestly, is not a lot of brand new business partners and a lot more customers, but not as many business partners. What I've been dealing most with is people returning to their business and people returning to their product. People are realizing that they're exhausted and they need a change. They're realizing that life is getting crazy and they need some just, you know, B12 in their life. They're realizing that, you know, they need all the things, immune support, immune system. They keep hearing about zinc. They keep hearing about vitamin D and vitamin C. And we keep posting about it. We keep sharing. So I'm seeing that just influx of people that are saying, I want to take care of myself, but it's too complicated. our product is still very, very simple. I got a message this morning from a promoter that hasn't been thriving in a long time. And she said, I just want to catch up. I just, it's been crazy. Things have been, just out of whack. And hey, I have never, ever once guilted someone for life happening, because I too understand it can happen. And what do? I get asked this all the time. Well, what do you do? How do you start somebody over again? The same way I start every day over again. And I just told her, hey, you know what? I want to make sure that you've got those 3 steps in your system. And she said, you know what? I have a box of capsules and I may have a DFT somewhere. And I said, you know what? That's a start. So I want you to go take those capsules and find you that DFT. And, the questions were like, how long have I had it on the shelf? I said, I don't care. Put it on. I don't care. And call me. Let's chat. Let's catch up. That's the core foundation of our business. And then it goes into realizing, then you step into those basics of your life. Like I said, simple things like making your bed, simple things like keeping my goals very, very clear and focused, simple things. Guys, even on the hardest days, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 can be accomplished. Even on those days when it was, I just felt like, Oreos and Netflix, I still knew that I was either, taking care of what has been very important to me for all this time, or I was going to wallow in the circumstance. I know life, I know craziness, I know busyness, I know things are going to happen. But when you have that routine, when you say, something simple as drinking your water, guys, water is so, so important for our bodies. And if you say, I'm going to have all my water today, or I'm not having that soda, I'm not having that glass of wine, I'm not having that beer. It's that simple. Whether it's a good day or a bad day on the same day, it means I didn't finish this, so I'm not having that. It wasn't a matter of, we've heard it from the big side of it. If I don't reach this goal in my business, 12K VIP or 2 brand new promoters, I'm talking about the simple things in life, not even going to that level yet, just taking the basics. And that is the thing. Those basics start to just become a part of life. Those basics you're just going through the motions. There was a situation and a circumstance. We were actually waiting for some news that we didn't want to hear. And I was sitting idle. I was sitting there with idle time. And, of course, I spend time in prayer, and I could have just got on Facebook and started scrolling or, doing other things. And I have to pull my mind back into, even though I know something's coming, I know there's some unexpected, I know there's, circumstance, I had to make the decision. And I feel like it really wasn't a hard decision. It was almost a subconscious, because I've trained my mind, I've trained my life to push play on something every day that elevates my thinking. So instead of jumping into that news feed where it could have totally just compound effect of what I was already feeling and already experiencing, I said, you know what, I'm going to push play on something else. And so I elevated my thinking, I elevated my day. And from that, it just led into messaging other people. Maybe somebody else is going through something, sending those messages. One of the things that I did in just kind of a funky time was, I don't know about you guys, but I have had several leaders on my team, people in my influence, not just leaders, but people in other businesses that I'm connected to, and their Facebook. Now, don't freak out. We don't operate in fear, okay? But their Facebook just like locks out, shuts down, goes away. How many of you guys are so dependent on just that Facebook? If Facebook was to close your account right now, do you know who your friends are and who to go re-add? I had to create a Yahoo account, and I actually honestly did this years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. I went back, I have a Yahoo account, and maybe you can do it differently. I just did it this way when I did it, and so I still do it this way. You can export that list into Yahoo. So I literally have a stack of people's names that if for some reason my account were to get disabled, if Facebook would like to censor what it allows, or something happen, do you have those contacts? many of us freak out. I think I see Natasha popping up, and I was messaging her about a week or so ago, and I'm like, I thought about my contacts, and I know that's important, but what about my pictures? What about all my good Thrive photos and all of those things? If you don't know my story, I worked in, I was a corporate, oh my gosh, I only was given 30 minutes, y'all. I only have 10 minutes left. I worked in corporate America, and I was an IT chick, information technology, and the biggest thing when people would call me in crisis, when their computer crashed or their server crashed or something crashed, you know what my first question was to them? When was the last time you did a backup? And you know what they would say? Oh, shiest. I have not done a backup. Guys, you have got to do a backup on your life. You've got to do a backup on your systems. You've got to be in control of your business. You have to have a backup when life gets crazy and life gets hard. And that backup is your habits. Your habits. You should be in a habit of always. I heard one of our business partners on Lisa's live the other day, and she's like, I have 200 new friends every single day. I'm like, girl, if I get my 5, I'm doing good. I don't do the comparison or compete. I do the, hey, I want to do that. I want to be like that. And I'm going to tell you, and I keep referring back to Susan, because that one just penetrated where I was at the moment. And I literally heard Susan's voice the other day. I mean, it was like, go do that 15 minutes. Go add that person on, and that's what you need, because even on that day, guys, I'm going to tell you, I probably didn't have a shower. I probably didn't look as cute as I do for y'all today. I still was plugged in. I was still being engaged, because I know that I got to have my tank filled. If you're not hearing about the Thrive experiences and the stories that are still happening, you're going to wonder, is this stuff still working? Because it's not that yours isn't working. It's just that your life is working against you. You don't know if you have a lot of energy, or you feel good, or you feel blah, but you know what? You're going to feel juiced up when you start hearing those experiences. If you don't feel like, hey, I haven't brought anybody into my team, I haven't had any new blood, guess what you do? On the 4th of July, I was sitting outside, and I went to Canada, from Texas to Canada. Well, I didn't really. I kind of did, but I like to play pretend because you can't go anywhere. So I was in Canada with the Canadian team, and they had a house full of Thrivers, and I shared my passion. I shared my experiences, and I'm going to tell you, I got up from that Zoom, and I felt so motivated and so inspired and excited, and it's because I was hearing the excitement in the room. I was hearing the stories, and that's what you have to do. You have to know what you need. If you need to unplug for a minute, hey, there ain't no shame in your game. If you need to push a little harder because you have been just shrinking back and you haven't pushed enough, hey, there ain't no shame in your game. Maybe you're in beast mode. Maybe you're going all in, and that's good. That's that above and beyond. But even in that, even in learning all of the skills, guys, you could have like a marketing PhD from all of the training that the leadership that is in this entire Lavelle. Like, did y'all see we're going to do a mastermind? Jason Camper and a mastermind, like, fire. Like, I'm so excited. I love masterminds. You could have a PhD. You could go to Natasha's YouTube channel and just get a PhD there. I mean, like, all the content that she is giving you in marketing. But if you don't have those fundamentals, if the bones aren't good, guys, the business ain't going to be good. If the bones aren't good, the family's not going to be good. The bones aren't good. And I say even more than bones, I say the soul. So, just check yourself. Find out, in my product, am I taking it? My product, am I sharing it? My habits, am I doing them? My habits, am I sharing them? It may be something, maybe you're not a fitness guru. Maybe you're not, into, working out and all of those things. But let me tell you something. If you're on here, you probably promote a health and wellness nutrition supplement. So give me something to work with to trust that you at least care to hydrate your body. You at least care to manage your stress. You at least care to make sure that your space, this space and your physical space is good. If nothing's changing, if you don't feel like your business is growing, if you don't feel like things are on the bloom right now, if you feel like you're in a drought and you're going through a season, literally pick up your office, How many of y'all work from here or you work from your computer? Pick up your office and pick up your butt and move. Go to the front porch. Go sit in your car. Go sit in the garage. Heck, go sit in the bathroom. I don't care, but physically move yourself. Move yourself. Maybe you go to your desk every single day and you're not feeling progress. You're not feeling movement happening in there. Physically pick up yourself and go move somewhere else. Go somewhere else where your environment is different. Go be in a space that doesn't look the same, so that you can say, you know what, today is a new day, and your mind's not going, well, nothing's really new. It all looks the same to me. Just change it up a little bit. Those small things. A lot of times we want to do the big jumps. A lot of times we want to meet those big goals. You know what, guys, there's days, and I can tell you, I am honored to lead besides multiple millionaire leaders. And the thing that I see over and over is their consistency. And what I can tell you is they have bad days. They go through struggles. They go through life. They go through things that are unexpected. But they're doing the things that are just kind of second nature. Really, there's second nature in being a parent. There's second nature in doing just things. I know for me, I don't even think about it. I get up, make my bed. I don't even think about it. Some days I don't shower, and I'm just being honest, but I don't typically, there's probably not a handful of days I don't brush my teeth, you know? I mean, like, that's just second nature. I just do it. And there are things in that business, guys, you should be printing reports all the time. You should be seeing your reports all the time. You should be logging into your cloud office even when you don't feel it. And that doesn't mean to say, I'm gonna log into my cloud office to see what my team is doing, to make sure they still got me floating, because, you know, I'm just, you know, I've been on this raft for about 6 months. And no, this is for you to say, you know what, it may have been like, you know, 6 hours, and hey, maybe it's been 6 days, but I got to get my crap together. I've got to figure out, how am I going to navigate what I'm experiencing right now in this life? And I will tell you, it's consistency. It is the consistency of your life, whether it's in personal, whether it's in professional. I had somebody tell me, like, can we quit saying life is bad, bad's gonna happen? I'm like, I'm not saying bad life is always gonna happen. I'm just saying life is gonna happen, and we can't control everything that does happen. And so we have to learn to navigate. So you've got to set those things. What are some things, and I know I'm running out of time, what are those things that you want to accomplish? And guys, I don't want you to just, I know this is a business building, but for me, how do I keep building is because I know that it's not just about my business. It's about my life. And so if I am taking care of me, then I can take care of my business. And this is far before I even go to, what is my team doing? What is my business numbers? Where is that? It's, what am I doing? And so you've got to know, what are the things that you want to accomplish every single day. And then I just want to encourage you, celebrate yourself. As much as you have the to-do list and the, I got to get this done, I got to get this done, I hope that you will also have a to-don't list. And what that to-don't list means is, there's some days where I don't get on social media. Now, the Chas 6 years ago, that would be like an overposter, overshare, share, even when I wasn't feeling it, just keep on going, keep on moving. I've learned that it's okay. It's okay to be in Messenger. It's okay to be, and when we first went into shelter in place, Natasha said this, and I was like, that's genius. And wait, y'all just wait. It really, you're going to be like, why was that so genius? Here's the thing. A lot of people are feeling like what I'm saying, and they're just like, social media, like, I just feel like social media, sometimes I just want to be like, not really, I want to do other things, but other gestures. But I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm just like, I don't want a social media today. And she's like, how about pick up a phone and send a text message? How about, you know, pick up the phone and actually use your voice? How about pick up that phone and just go, you know what, Betty, I haven't seen you on Facebook. And I'm just seeing you, Betty, up there. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen your encouraging posts. Girl, I'm just checking in on you. Having that connection. And that right there is going to continue. People are going to ask me, I'm going to tell you, I have so many non-thrivers message and say, hey, I'm sorry that this, I see you're going through something, or I haven't seen you so much on Facebook. And we have those conversations. They're like, girl, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm up. I've had my capsules, I've had my lifestyle mix, and I'm double patching it. I got my, patches going. I'm, just going through the motions. I'm so thankful that I work from home because I can just kind of do my thing and navigate life as it comes to me. And those conversations are very impactful because a lot of people are experiencing the same thing. You mean you're still, even you aren't you struggling emotionally? Absolutely. But something in this B12, I don't know how it works, but it helps. It helps with the crazy. It helps with the ups and downs. It helps just to keep me level. Yes, I have to have my phone. Yes, I have to go be with family, or unexpectedly run here, run there, but I can still use my phone and work my business. And for them, that starts to sound intriguing. They start to go, wow, that's interesting. But again, it's just second nature. Now, did I say, I go, oh girl, you have to hear my Thrive experience. 6 years ago, I had a friend reach out to me and I was desperate, and I got to tell you about all the products. We have this incredible, I don't go into all that. I just share, you know what? Life is great or life is hard right now. And what am I doing to navigate all that? So, one thing that I just want to encourage you is, today I would just challenge you to reach out to your strong friends and just find out how they're doing. Are they good? Are they okay? Those conversations are going to start. And I promise you, you've got a solution to their situation. I will say maybe it's just they just need a loving ear. Maybe they just need to know somebody cares. Or maybe they can't get out of bed. Maybe they don't dare share that, you know what, I've been in bed for 5 days and I haven't had a shower. Girl, I get you. I feel you. I understand. I'm sending you something. What is your email? What is your address? Let me get this in the mail. Or maybe they're like, you know what, 4 months ago, we lost our job and we were doing great. And then, the stimulus ran out, the unemployment is getting to the end, and I need some wiggle room in my budget. Girl, I get you. I've been there. Like, I know what it feels like. That right there, when you show people real life experiences and real life overcoming, guys, we say it all the time. We are successful in our businesses and in our organizations because we do life. I don't ever call someone and say, hey, Susan, I haven't seen you work in your business. I haven't seen you. It's like, hey, Susan, what's up? What's going on? I love that Amber will, I don't know that ever in 6 years.
Wait, why don't you put that here?
I don't know that ever in 6 years that Amber has called me and said, girl, your numbers suck. Like, have you seen your PPA? Like, what the heck? No, she never has. But I know we're business partners. So I know that maybe I haven't been plugged in. Maybe I've been a little disconnected. She's just checking in on me because you know what? When I can't, she can. She's got me. I'm actually doing this, and if I can, I'm going to wrap up with this. Just because we're being honest and we're being transparent here. Actually, one of our other leaders was supposed to do today, and she had life happen, right? And she said, hey, can someone cover me? We're covering her. We cover her in life. We cover each other in business. And this is why it's so important that you build an organization that has good bones, that has a good foundation, because when they need to step back or you need to step back, you cover each other. We say, we got you, and we really do. That's really what Lavelle is. Lavelle is, I got you. If you don't have energy, if you can't keep up with daily life, our 3 steps, it's got you. If you're struggling financially, if you need a little bit of help, you need a little bit of wiggle room, our compensation plan says, I got you. So that's what this is. This is a business of taking care of us, taking care of others, and sharing what we have. So congratulations to you guys for, if you've been on all days, like I said, day 8, go back and rewatch. If you haven't pushed play on something positive, that day, go back to these videos, go back and refer to it, because I'm going to tell you, you're going to get something. I think it was, I don't know if it was Starla or somebody said, I've heard, and maybe it was Jamie. Anyway, somebody said, I've heard that for so many times. I've heard Jamie explain that so many times, but this time it was different. How many of you go back and watch a movie and you're like, I didn't see that part. This time it was different. And so that time that you go back and watch that video, it's going to be different. Hey, today is a new day. Today is a day for you to go out. You can work that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and make you a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with your personal life. How about that one? Make you a business 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make you a personal 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What are 5 things you need to get accomplished? What are 4 things you want to do for you today? Who are 3 people in your household? If you don't have 3 people, what are 3 things that you just want to do special for something? And what's that one thing that you want to do in your personal life that you've never done before? Create you a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, personal and professional. Get those things done. Take care of you, take care of the bones, take care of the foundation, and everything else is going to build just right. So Susan, I'll pass it to you. I don't know if you want to close us out or any questions. I know I'm over time.
No, you're fine. I was just checking the chat to make sure nobody had a specific question for you. So that's kind of what we're doing. Looks like everybody's just basically saying you rock, Chastity. Everything you said is golden, Chastity.
I have learned, Susan, I have learned that it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to not have people in your circle that are rock solid. I mean, you know, our products are solid, our businesses are solid, and sometimes often what's missing is the people around us, the things that are around us. They cause us to shake and break. And you know what, you know, we've just got to go, you know, here's what we need to do. And this business is for everybody. This business is for everybody. And, you know, no matter where you are, if you're on the highest of life or you're in the lowest of valley, it's for you and we're for you. So I'm super honored, just honored. And thank y'all for letting me be me, for letting me share what was on my heart today.
Recording will be up shortly. Thanks, everybody.